Rise and shine with global entertainment news the morning buzz. I am your host, Bella, ready to kickstart your day with all the fresh news and stories. And right here with me, bring her on spot to the studio is Busola. We'll be taking today's top story from the Daily Post and the Nation newspaper. Top story from Daily Post. Unpaid benefits. Pensioner threatened nationwide naked protest. The Contagion of Federal Pensioners of Nigeria says it will embark on nationwide naked protest on October 6th if the government fails to implement pension increasements and calamities. National chairman of the Contagion, Mukaila Oguntobi, stated this at a news conference on Tuesday in Lagos. He said that the pensioners has given the government until September to settle arrears, increments, and calamities. According to him, failure to act would leave the pensioner with no choice but to embark on a nationwide naked protest on October 6th. The Coalition National Chairman further says that the protest would symbolically expose government failure and highlight pensioner grievance before the public. He recalled that in October 2023, President Bola Tinubu approved 35,000 for workers and 25,000 for pensioners as calamities. When we are told our 32,000 increment was omitted from both the 2024 and 2025 budget. This injustice.
Yeah, definitely this is an injustice. A lot has been going on, like I said, the education sectors, the health sectors and all. But these people has worked their lifetime serving the government, and yet if they have not been delayed of their salary, a lot of things here and there. Just say to these people, let them go. This time they're supposed to be resting. They should be collecting what they've actually worked for over the years, but now they are yet saying they want to go for protest, which is not supposed to be done. The government should even be, they should do more than this. How much is the palliative the palliative amount? 35,000 naira, 25,000 naira. Is it what the government can't afford? This is so bad.
Well, this is actually another level of protest for an elderly people that have children and grandchildren to come out to say that they are going to be protesting naked on the streets for government to actually answer them. I don't actually feels like the government should turn a deaf ear to those people at this moment to the point that they actually wanted to
Go
threaten
naked.
naked to protest for the government. Well, I'm going to tell them that even if they are going to be naked for a whole 30 days for a protest, I'm telling you
The
that the
government
government
will
is
answer
still not
them.
going to answer you.
Sincerely.
Instead, we are the citizens that needed to fight for justice. They are not the only one that is being held with this kind of atrocity by the government, and as well every young and let me say young and old is actually fighting for
Mhm.
survival. 32,000 and 25,000 naira is equal to nothing at the moment. For the way the state is that everything has been hiking up, food stock has been hiking up. I know it's something, but at the same time, everyone needed to join
Yeah,
hands right now and then fight
sincerely.
for a better Nigeria. If you protest today nakedness and then they pay you for a month, will
They
you
might
still
stop it.
will you still protest nakedness for the next month to always protesting for your rights? No. Well, let's move on. Fresh fire got another four-story plaza on Lagos Island. A fresh fire incident erupted on Tuesday night at Emma Plaza, a four-story commercial building situated behind Mandalas on Lagos Island. The outbreak, which was reported around 9 p.m., triggered a swift response from the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, with fire crew from the Ebute, Elufe, and Oniru station immediately deployed to the scene. Providing an update at about 10 p.m., Deputy Controller General of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Olajide Ogabi, confirmed that firefighting and rescue operations were still in progress. Daily Post report that incident come just hour after another blaze engulfed a six-story building at Marina on Lagos Island earlier in the day, where 8 trapped occupants were successfully rescued.
Yeah. Um. Accidents can actually accidents cannot we cannot even afford accidents, but there are some precautions we take in order for this accident not to result into loss of life. Like this fire outbreak in a story building, they should take some precautions. If it is to whenever you are living there, off the light, do this, do that. But some people they tend to forget. They might just be like laziness, or let me just say they can procrastinate from now to tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'll do it later until they forget. There are some precautions you take if you want to leave a particular area in order for this fire outbreak not to happen, because we don't know where it's coming from. It might be from the wires in the what do they call this thing, from the wires. It might be from the office that is sparking from. But if you don't do the necessary things, if there is no way it will not happen.
Well, talking about the firefighter actually, and the Lagos is actually having a very big problem right now, because this is, and then it's always on a regular basis that something like this is usually happen every time of this towards the end of the year. And I was expecting that the Lagos State government should actually have a scaffolding of a firefighter that is going to be able to put on those fire, because you can't actually, those ones that they are saying is just as if that they are trying to put up a wall that is not even there, because what they say is that there were not actually an availability of a scaffolding to put up a fire that is burning let me say skyscrapers. Lagos is dealing with, they have a lot of skyscrapers in Lagos, and still yet they only have a mini car that is going to be on the firefighting that cannot even reach upstairs, reach up the skyscraper before they can put up the fire. Is really a sad one. The Lagos government needed to, every part of Lagos need a provision of these firefighters, and also a scan only that can actually climb up there and then put up the fire, not
Yeah.
this mini ones that is only a small
Mm-hmm.
building that it
Imagine
deals with.
how big Lagos is, and there's only one fire service center. That is so bad.
It's really
Yeah.
bad for Nigeria. It's really, really bad. Well, let's move on. Strike. SSANU, NASU give Nigerian government 7 days ultimatum. The Senior Staff Association of Nigeria University (SSANU) and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions (NASU) have given the federal government a 7-day strike notice over unresolved issue affecting non-academic staff in university. The two unions, in a letter dated 12 September 2025, frown at what they term unjust disbursement of earned allowance to university staff, the non-payment of outstanding allowance, and other unreasonable issues. The letter, signed by the president of the SSANU, Mohammed Ibrahim, and General Secretary of NASU, Peter Adeyemi, remind the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, of a June 18, 2025 letter from the Joint Action Committee (JSC) of NASU and SSANU. The letter emphasized the urgent need for intervention in outstanding labor matters affecting their members. According to the union, the letter prompts the minister to convene a meeting with the JAC of NASU and SSANU on July 4th, 2025, aimed at addressing the issue raised.
Well, it saddens my heart when I hear a lot about this educational failure, ed sector failure, and a lot. Imagine the pensioners are out protesting, and now the non-academic staff are out protesting. Is it when the lecturers come out again to protest and schools are being closed, students are not being able to go to school? Course of 4 years are being transferred to 8 years. Course of 5 years are being transferred to 10 years. This is not making any sense. The government should do what is expected for them to do. It's not when we shout, when we misbehave, when we do a lot of things before they say, okay, let me just do this for a month, and they cover it up again. This is so bad.
Well, talking about the educational department actually suffering a delay of disbursement and payments, and all that is actually a sad one, because this can actually lead lecturer into demanding money from students and
Exactly.
all that. You can imagine how every angle of a sector in Nigeria is actually dealing with corruption, because the government has
I'm not
failed
doing
to
that,
actually provide a meaningful things for them. It's very, very sad, and I hope that this thing needed to be settled as soon as possible. Well, on today's top story on the Nation newspaper, two bandits killed in Taraba, crossfire with soldiers. Troops of the 6th Brigade, Nigeria Army and Sector 3 Operation Weary Strike have killed two terrorists and recovered a significant cache of arms and ammunition in Kakum local government area of Taraba State. Spokesman of the 3 Division Nigerian Army, Lieutenant Colonel Aliu Danja, in a statement yesterday says the troop engaged the terrorists after acting on credible intelligence that a community was about to be attacked. The statement read, acting on credible intelligence on September 15, 2025, on a planned attack on the Chamchalaji community by the Bojo terrorist group. Troops swiftly deployed to the area. The operation led to an armed engagement with the terrorists along the Demaba Chanchaji road. The troops effectively neutralized one terrorist, forcing the others to retreat.
Well, I would say you neutralizing one terror. It's not easy though to go in combat with the kidnappers, the bandits, but you neutralizing one terrorist is not enough. Imagine a lot of them being there that particular day, and there's only one person you can take down. So I will implore the government, more training should be done, sincerely. More training should be done, enough equipment for these soldiers to face the bandits, the kidnappers, because you don't expect a human being like me without nothing to fight with, without no energy, without no power, without no equipment. I should just say because I'm serving my country, I should go and face the bandits, I should go and face the kidnap. I might get killed, and there is nothing Nigeria will do about it. The life will move forward, everyone will move forward, nobody will mourn at all. So I employ the government to provide more equipment. These kidnappers, if you say where are they getting their ammunition from, where are they getting where everything they are using to fight, it's from us. It's from us. The information they are getting to attack one village or the other is from us. Why can't we just put in that energy we are giving to them, put it to our own state for the betterment of this country?
We're talking about the terrorists getting their own arms and the ammunition from us is from us. I'm going to say that it's actually not from us. I would say that that is actually a first word to use, because if this thing actually have to do with anything, those are terrorists and then they come from different countries and then they have actually equipped themselves from buying certain things. And then using it against us. But the fact that there have been an allegedly war that have been going around, that if not the government that is actually sponsoring the bandits, they wouldn't have stayed till this time, counting up to 17 years now, and then they are still in fighting, and then they actually don't want it to leave. It's because of the nonchalant behavior of the Nigerian government and also the Nigerian security personnel that feels like they don't want it to the country does not appreciate them when they wanted to fight for us, so they feels like there's none of their business. If those armies are well equipped, they give them enough arms to actually fight, and then a better arms to actually. You can't be giving an old guns that can't even do anything
So, soldier.
to soldiers. It's just going to stop in one way, and then the next thing that is gone before they can even pull a trigger. Those
They are dead.
they are already gone. So it's actually a very bad one. And then I feel like our government needed to do more than just allowing those terrorists and bandits to keep staying in Nigeria. Well, let's move on. NAPTIP rescued 8 kids stolen from Asaba orphanage. 8 kids suspected to have been stolen from Kano State between 2017 and 2022 have been rescued from an orphanage in Asaba, Delta State by officials of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, (NAPTIP). The kids were among 70 underage, including newborns found in the orphanage during an operation by the NAPTIP Department of State Service (DSS), Nigerian Police, Kano State Ministry of Women Affairs, and civil society group and concerned parents, the agency said yesterday. In a statement, the NAPTIP press officer Vincent Adekoye says investigation of the orphanage followed petition from parents in Kano who allege that their children, mostly between age 2 and 10, have been adopted and moved to other parts of the country. Well, I'm going to say is that there are so many conspiracies that is actually going on when it comes to orphanage and those that wanted to go into opening an orphanage. There are so many things that is being hidden. If those people are not actually into trafficking just because they needed a hands to be extended to them, or they are actually trafficking children out to other parts of the all in the name that they wanted to use that orphanage as a cover
Cover
up
up, yeah.
in whatever business. I actually let me say, I congratulate this native for their efforts, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like more of this orphanage needed to be
Closing,
thoroughly
yeah.
investigated. Anyone that is not registered under the government's name of any of this, they needed to find out and know where and how they are getting children from. That is, they are putting under orphanage name, and then they are trafficking them, using them for all sorts of things. And
Exactly.
it's a very good thing for the native that they are doing their job
Yeah.
very well, because we have been hearing a whole lot of child kidnapping, child
Trafficking.
trafficking, and all that, and it's a good one. Well, thank you for joining us on today's show. I have been your host, Bella. Be sure to join us next time on the Breakfast Show. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, until next time, bye.